Oh, g'day scrappers, just came back from a couple of pickups just now. To continue on with the commercial e-waste pickups theme, I'll give you a little look again. Really strange one, this one. What you see, it's obviously quite a bit in the van, but my first pickup, which is most of the stuff, is all from one house. It was just a regular household, and all I was expecting was a TV and a couple of bits and pieces. That's what they said, and it ended up being almost the whole van. I used to advertise to houses for a $10 pickup, so I'd charge $10 back in the day when there was a lot of CRT TVs. So I'd get a lot of people calling me to send off, to recycle their old TVs. So everyone was happy to pay $10, but I haven't advertised residential for 2 years yet. I still get people calling me. They still keep my flyer for that long, so it's amazing that I still get residential calls. Obviously, because I picked up so much and they were nice people, obviously I didn't take $10, I just said no. And they're actually retiring to a retirement village, and so they sold their house. And these are the great pickups that you want when people clear out their house and they're going to a retirement village. They don't need anything anymore, so they get rid of pretty much all their stuff, electronics. So sometimes you get some really good old electronics, like this CRT TV. If I had warehouses, believe me, I would stockpile these old vintage ones, but I just don't have the space to store these big things, So unfortunately, the best I can do is remove the boards and stuff and try and pass them on to a TV collector. Sometimes I go to a television forum and I'll put up certain models like this one. It's a AWA. So I'll probably put this model up. It's a C606, not sure of the year, but it might be one that, someone might want parts out of it. They might want the whole circuit board or something like that. So I'll just keep it until someone says, hey, until I put the post up on the forum to say, hey, anyone interested in this TV, come and pick it up. If not, I'm going to have to just scrap it out and send the rest to recycling. But so an AWA 606 made in Great Britain. Wow. So that's pretty cool. You don't see many electricals coming from Great Britain these days. So it's really sort of thing that I'd like to keep, but I just don't have the space. Anyway, so this is a residential pickup. I'm going to pull everything out, just give you a little look as usual. And so straight after the residential pickup, I went and done a commercial pickup from an office just around the corner. So it's a very regular one. I pick e-waste up from them every few months, so I don't get a whole lot. So all I got from the actual commercial business was one box and 3 PCs, but one of them looks okay, the PC. So what's that? E-waste. So this is just a lot of power supply units. Now, they were saying to me that they get a lot of these things, and they're just sort of like generic AC adapters, and but they're quite useful. So I might see if I can pass these on. But what do we got? Okay, so just old generic PCs. Nothing really. So that's Celeron, Intel Celeron. But this one, this is an IBM Net Vista. It's Pentium 4, Windows XP. So nothing spectacular, but probably the last of, very close to the last of the IBM towers in this kind of color. Maybe I'm wrong, but but we're getting to Pentium 4, Windows XP. So although I collect IBM stuff, I'll have to have a look if I've got one of these already. If not, I'll probably just keep it just as a representation of, you know, the last of this kind of colour. We'll just check it out. IBM. Yeah, see, so manufactured for IBM Australia, Sydney, Australia. Made in Australia, okay, from imported and local components. So, because of that, it's got a little bit of collectability for me, personally. So this one I'll keep. But the rest, this is all residential. So, yeah, I'll just start taking bits out. Obviously, there's a washing machine and some speakers and stuff. So there's low value stuff, vacuum cleaners. But I did notice some interesting stuff, and he even picked out tools out of the workshop. And I asked him what he used to do. He said he was a carpenter. So, but this, I don't know what it is. But if it's cable, it's huge. Okay, that's 1.5 inch thick cable, and there's a couple of boxes attached. Okay, so I do like residential pickups in this situation. I mean, but 99% of your residential pickups, if you advertise to homes, is just going to be things like white goods, old TVs, stereo systems and stuff. You're not, you know, yeah, probably 1% of your pickups you'll get a whole house clearance, and sometimes you get lucky. So this looks like, okay, they're just ports, old kind of school ports. There's no branding, and then there's just got this big cable. So I'll just try and see what's the end of the cable. Okay, so there is no end. It links from one to the other. So I'm going to have to unscrew the thing and have a bit of a look. So obviously this is wire, and it's huge. Oh wow, it weighs about 40 pounds. Okay, I opened up this these two boxes with this giant cable, and all that's in it. So the cable is just, it runs to all these little contact points, and they're definitely like little contact points, but I'm not sure what on earth that could be used for. Obviously you got all the ports, so it might be something audio, vintage audio, I don't really know, but yeah. So this stuff here, it's cut open here for the cables. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 cables running through this thick cable. Unbelievable. So I'd really like to know. Okay, so obviously you plug something in here into one of those holes, and then it comes here and it opens up this little switch. So all this probably is just simply a little holder for the plugs when they get slotted in. So it might not be, there doesn't look like they're contacts. They just sort of, not really sure. But if anyone knows, I'm going to try and look it up on the forums. I just can't get in. The forums are very slow today. So yeah, it looks like it's audio. Anyone knows what it is, let us know, and tell us if it's worth hanging on to or scrap out for this massive amount of wire. So it's a colour TV. So it's not like a value of a black and white. Just a word of advice: if you find any vintage televisions like this that are black and white, they are highly sought after. Colour depends on the model, but black and white, anything black and white CRT TV, you're looking at around probably at least $100. A lot of collectors just for the black and white stuff. All right, so let's go through this residential stuff. So we've got a couple of crappy old speakers. They weigh next to nothing, so they just go straight to the recycling company. an old wet and dry vacuum cleaner. So another bit of junk, another vacuum cleaner in there. But then we're going to get some pretty interesting stuff. So let me get some stuff out. Okay, well, there's certainly a lot of these little packets of old tools. And here's another little strange tip: is this is very old packaging, a very old box. And so sometimes the tools can be collectible as well as the actual box. Right, believe it or not, some people like to keep tools, you know, old tools in vintage boxes. So that's like really retro looking. You know, more here. So there are all kinds of tools. What's this? Okay, it's just a jigsaw, right? But you know, sometimes the box can be worth more than the actual tool itself. So I'm not really, you know, I'm not really knowledgeable on tools and collectible tools, but it might be interesting, you know, just to keep it as is. Barbecue grill, nothing much in that. What do we got here? Torch. So yeah, this is, I mean, like I said, it doesn't come very often when you get a complete house clear out or garage clear out. But when they come, I mean, this is my ultimate favourite stuff. I mean, even on top of IT equipment, anything like that. I just love this old stuff, you know, to get into. Like, people have kept things over the years. So I'm going to have quite a bit of fun here. There's quite a few soldering irons. What's this? This looks like a CB radio or something. Okay, this might be good. Wow, look at the size of that. That's, you know, like 9 inches high. And check out the antenna. Wow. 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 The antenna's about 6 foot long. This is interesting. Realistic. They've still left the plastic covering the dial. Wow. All right. So here goes one item. It's got a little talkie button there. On, off. Wonder if we can have a look, see if we can get a model. If I can work out how to get it out without damaging it. So it's a TRC 1018, type number 21129. I'll check that out. But as a collectible, working or not, we've got a good piece here. This is very good for the start. Is that another one? What's that? Anyone want to guess what it is? Phone? No? Ah. Okay. Old Radio Shack. It's just a little receipt thing. But again, because it's in such perfect condition, even got the paper still in it, this might actually be worth a little bit too. A few bucks. Okay. Nothing collectible in an iron. Yeah, and yeah, these really old power supplies, power units, make sure, yep, they got the plug. Like these really old things, they can be off vintage electronics. They can be rarer than the actual electronic itself. So really got to be careful with these old power supply bits. It's silver. I think the Silver brand is a good brand. It's got a condenser mic on it. How's that? So this one here, again, Silver RT20E. this one might be a really good collectible too. It's got a little bit of cosmetic damage, but overall it looks in great shape. And we've got the original power cord. Okay, it's one of these things, so it needs an adapter of some sorts. But hey, it's even got one of those, what is it, 2, 4, 6, 7 pin plugs. Awesome. Well, that's interesting. What's that? Just an old transformer. Okay. It's a soldering iron transformer. Okay. Okay, so, well, it comes with a soldering iron, obviously. So that's just a transformer between the power and the soldering iron. I haven't seen that. That's interesting. That's not. Oh, we've got some modern, just an answering machine. Okay. Plays the demagnetizer. It's a demagnetizer. I might look this up. This might be handy too. Jeez. There's great stuff just in that box. 3 really good items. Cassette deck, silver, the little thing, and that big walkie-talkie. Wow, it's not really heavy, as heavy as I would expect being such a big thing. So it might mean, realistic, doesn't, it's most likely not going to be a top of the range model at the time, but still, for collectors, they love that sort of stuff. So, a lot of soldering irons. Okay. Operating instruction for a 23 channel mobile citizens band trans. Okay. Well, let's hope that this is in here somewhere. An old CB radio. But we'll just clean this up. But even this manual, you put this with, if we do have this CB somewhere here, you put original manual with it, and there's an extra $10. So we'll keep that too. All right, I'll get rid of this box, and we'll have a look at. Jeez, there's a few things in there that look quite seriously good. Okay, where do I start? So I really want to get to that box. It's a realistic, it says TR3000 7-inch stereo reel-to-reel deck. Okay, we'll go down the side. Okay. So I think he likes his realistic brand. This is a stereo cassette music system. Okay, it's got actually quite a nice turntable. A little damage, but it's quite good condition. It's got a cassette deck up here. Yep, looks okay. Clarinet 98. Interesting. But I want to see what's in this box, so I'll get rid of this. It's just not very heavy, so usually that's an indication that it's not that good of a quality, maybe. I'm not sure though. So 7-inch reel-to-reel deck, 3 motor, 2 speed, 3 head, logic control. All right. It looks like it hasn't even been taken out of the box yet. And mind you, this is probably about 40 years old. Let me just take this out the back. Okay. Wow. Wowie wow. This looks awesome. Oh wow, I don't want to take it out even. Wow. Check that out. Yep. This hasn't even been... It looks like it hasn't even been unpacked, ever. Maybe it has. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not spraying. Oh, actually. Wow. Oh. It is heavy. Okay, I'll keep all that packaging material because I might have to put this back in. Okay, so they're the reels. Oh wow, 3 motor, 3 head, TR3000 logic control. See there. Wow, that's beautiful. Wow, I don't know how to use these. Okay, so that's just sort of like a bit of decoration over some switches. Wow, okay. Oh, look at that. Man, it looks almost brand new. It's a model 14-700 or TR3000. I'm going to look this one up. So it's a reel-to-reel player. This is why I love house clearance pickups, because you know they've obviously kept this for, you know, they're retiring, so they've kept this for many years and never got rid of it. Not even probably taken it out of a box for 20 years. Okay, let me put this back in the packaging and I'll continue on. Okay, that was good. Obviously just another piece of junk, a little oven. Okay, this box, across technology, it's in here. Old charger, some old wires. Okay, speaker wire. Alright, so this was using this, so these are all got different adapters and connectors, right? So this one is a microphone lead, 20-foot, 2-pin. You know, so all this vintage electronic connectors and cable, again, you don't treat it like regular insulation wire. We just see all these connectors. A lot of these connectors, this looks like from a microphone. You know, some of these old vintage stuff can be really valuable too. So that's a good box to go through later. Got Hamilton's. Just little headphones. Okay. So a few phones, cell phones, and all that. But it's good that they come with power supplies, because again, I collect phones and I like to have power supplies with them. Wow, looks like a battery. Yep, vintage battery. Okay, so that's not a great deal in that, but old cable, can opener. Acoustic suspension, just an old speaker, but again a realistic, because it's in the box. It might be, yep, another one, realistic. So they sold at Radio Shack. So you know, stuff like this in the original box, some people might collect it, you know, you never know. So I spend a lot more time going through this stuff than I would with anything else, obviously, because you really want to make sure what's happening. All right, even the old cables, a lot of them can be quite rare. Let's get this box. Okay. Oh, that's nice. See, extension leads, old ones, just scrap. Sometimes I get good extension leads that I'll keep as spare. Yeah, looks like this. What we got here? The little speaker with big sound. was 20 bucks, probably 30 years ago. Okay. They're pretty. They're like little vintage looking, timber looking. Yeah, very pretty. I'll keep them. Again, you know, someone that collects this stuff will probably really appreciate it that it's in the original box. Another one. More of these cables wrapped on timber. So some of these are really old and manky, and some are just basic, but got a bit of a musical instrument. Actually, it's all in tack. Someone would enjoy that. Definitely keep that. Okay, that's all right. Just spotlight housings come in handy. All right. Okay, starting to make a mess, but I want more. I want to get into it all. Oh, I just seen. Oh, wow. There's something further up in there that I'm going to be really happy with. Okay, just personal stuff, grooming and all that, women's stuff. Oh wow, okay, oh my god, oh wow, oh, I love this. And you know, they were so excited when I said, oh no, I don't want any $10, you know, just free. Seeing that they were leaving, I said, look, since you're retiring, you're going to a retirement village, I want your last service at your house to be a free service, you know, so even though it's only $10, I just wanted them to at least think that they, what the hell, economizer. Okay, so SV economizer. So it's just one of those gizmo things that you buy at Tandy or Radio Shack, you know, like junky kind of thing. This is like it looks like a budgeting kind of thing. So you put your car, so pretty much what computers do these days, what mobile phones do. But again, how many of these would be around, you know? So definitely worth keeping. But I can see, okay, so we've got a really nice piece of cable there. I'll keep. Power base, always keep these. Come in handy for so much. The CB, obviously, you connect the CB up there, you got your power, beautiful. That's a good indication that there's going to be some communication stuff here. What's this? Okay, it's a little cassette deck, it's a Sharp. I actually like this. Yep, I really like this. I haven't had one of these for a long time. Make sure that the batteries are gone, because the batteries will corrode and damage the whole thing. So all your old vintage electronics, even your new electronics, if you're not using them, make sure you take out the batteries. They just ruin everything. But that, again, another item. Wow. Oh, here we go. Another one. Oh wow, again, same, it's still got, okay, the last one was number 1, this is number 2. Okay, so now we're in business. Look, even this plastic from manufacturing, they still haven't peeled off that plastic. Unbelievable. In the same condition as the last one, so these two are going to match up as a walkie-talkie pair. Excellent. What's that? Wow, I don't know what that is. This is cast aluminium, chrome plated, inch 7/8, 47.5, a Dabsa. I don't know what this is. I'm going to have to look this up, but what on earth is that? Oh, this is one of those foot pedals for when you're doing dictation or stuff like that. Oh, okay, here we got a couple of little walkie-talkies. These most likely are just, you know, just really cheap ones. Very interesting. Oh, wow. This looks like some kind of antenna. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Awesome. So obviously, you know, good stuff like this, you can see why people don't throw them out normally. It's only because they're retiring that they're getting rid of all this stuff, you know. And if you advertise to pick up from residential, you will get these kind of pickups. And like I said, I charge normally, I used to charge $10. That was because of the CRT televisions that I was picking up, because I still had to send them off. But I don't get many residential calls because I don't advertise. But yeah, this I'm pretty exhausted. Let me just I'll come around this side. Hey chookies, my chickens like to hang around the front with me when I unload. Okie dokie, look at this. Oh wow, 32 channel Citizens band motor with 2-channel scanner. Alright, this looks good. This one, even better. Look how beautiful the box is. And this is like a vintage kind of box. Wow. Excellent. Excellent. How are we going to open it? This is brand new too, I think. Still got the cable. Okay, got this. What's a 5-pin? Really good cable. That alone can be hard to get for people. Oh, excellent. Wow. Okay. It's realistic again. It's really old school, isn't it? It's 18 channel. So realistic. Yep, brand spanking new, hasn't been used. How's that? Not often you find vintage electronics brand new in box. Wow. For free. Even better. Excellent. Box, a little bit stained, but overall, okay. Oh, this side's much nicer. Beautiful. Another boxed. And this one, CB. Breaker, breaker. Okay. This one doesn't look like it's been used either. Wow, this is beautiful. This is actually really pretty. It's just the polystyrene over the years is just stuck. Clean that. Look at the dial. It's beautiful. XCB12 27. Made in Japan. So if it's made in Japan from the old days, that's usually a good indication that it's reasonably good quality. That was unbelievable. certainly makes picking up e-waste fun. Hanamex, heat wave, okay, just a heater. Okay, that's maybe handy. It looks like it's quite in poor condition. Sometimes you've got to be careful a little bit with electronics like that. This is a Music Boy waterproof radio. Okay, throw this in the bath. But absolutely useless. But then again, it's one of those retro collectible things that, you know, someone might like. A National Panasonic cassette tape 306, heavy as, no batteries, good. When they're really heavy, they're usually really good. What's that? Brown box. Oh, look at that. Clipsal. They got the brass, they got the old style. They haven't got those little insulators around the edges. Very old school. Cable, another box. We like boxes. Okay. Oh, this looks interesting. How fun is this? I'm just having a ball. Okay, it's electronic. Wow, it's a box. Is there something on the screen? It's got a little dial. It's a speaker. Okay. Looks like just a tape. AMD. 8 ohms. 8 ohms, not very powerful. Made in Japan. Very, very pretty. Collectible? Maybe. Some of this stuff is going to need quite a bit of research, going onto the vintage forums, and you know, there's a lot of cluey people on those forums that can, you know, point you in the right direction straight away, tell you whether it's worth keeping or not. Okay, so this guy was obviously right into his realistic brand cassette deck tape. Another one, exact same brand. We'll have to look them up, see if they're selling. What's that? What the hell? It's like looks like a sewing machine or something. Is it? Oh yeah. Pinnock 2. It looks like a sewing machine or an overlocker or something, whatever they call them. Wow, this is made in Victoria, not too far from me. Yeah, it's an overlocker sewing machine. Again, might be a interesting item. We just never know. What else we got? More cable. Whew. I'm almost there. Just got a few little bits. These boxes. How's these? They're speakers. Oh. And they're look at that, Philips. Old Philips speakers. Now these are as vintage as you get. These get stuff like this. Obviously, I'm not going to go anywhere near scrapping it. These just go straight in to my stockpile and do a bit of research, find out what it is. So this is just an old drill caddy, a vacuum cleaner, more cable. Old light, but they got big cable, you know, good cable for scrap. So that looks it. The red light. Yeah. Wow, look at This little red light, the cable is one of the biggest cables I've seen in domestic, just for a little red light. All right. Well, that was fun. Okie dokie. So I'll just finish off the rest of this now. But yeah, hope that was a little bit of fun for you. So yeah, these CBs are really good for two reasons. First, they're vintage. Second, that they're in their boxes, and they were brand new, weren't they? So can't go wrong with that. All this box stuff might be vintage collectible. I'll check out those cassette decks. Yeah, just so much to sort of go through individually, but so that's it. You got a bit of an idea on a pretty good pickup for residential. Certainly wasn't expecting it, so it just comes. So if you are looking at advertising at houses for e-waste, you know, some places in the world you're not allowed to put flyers in the letterbox. That's all right. Knock on the doors. Just do door knocking down the whole streets and say, hey, I pick up e-waste. Hand them over a flyer like that. Say if you ever need, you know, you ever want stuff recycled, give me a call. I'll come pick it up, you know. And, you know, you always get reasonably good stuff, but sometimes you get great stuff. All right, guys. Keep scrapping. Have fun. And I'll catch you next time.